wondered why some companies get 2 times EBIT, 4 times EBIT, or 6 times EBIT on sale? When you look at this as a phenomena, what you see is that this is a valuation norm, that accountants and investment bankers and business brokers have all been trained to treat a company as an ongoing concern. They look at the history, they reflect on the earnings that the business owner has generated in the past, they project this forward, and that's the basis of the valuation. So when you ask yourself the question, well, how can I go from a 6 times EBIT to a 10 times EBIT? Then they tell you just grow. How much growth? Well, they don't say. So there's something fundamentally wrong with this process, because what it does is it reflects the history of the business and not the future of the business. Let's take a completely different view. Let's look at the future of the business and who the right buyer is to exploit the potential in the business. When we take this view, then what we can say is that we can create a different future for the business, which is worth much more today. So if we deliberately set out to identify the potential in the business, to identify the buyer or buyers who could exploit that potential, to structure the business in such a way that it delivers that potential to the buyer quickly and therefore has a much higher net present value, and we seek those buyers who have the capacity and the capability to best exploit the potential in the business, and we build a relationship with those buyers, and then finally we get it into a competitive bid, we can in fact achieve dramatic returns on the sale of our business, 2 or 4 or 5 times what the conventional valuation would achieve. This process is set out in my book, The Ultimate Deal 1, and it is a pragmatic process for a business owner who can take the time to properly prepare the business for sale, to structure the business appropriate to the potential buyer, to develop those relationships with service providers and brokers, but more particularly with potential buyers, and ultimately get the deal into a competitive bid. Does it work? Absolutely. Does it return sale values greater than the norm? Without question. I would strongly recommend that if you're a business owner with a conventional business, that you look at this process, because you'll be able to achieve 2 to 5 times more than conventional valuation.